What is up, everyone? Hey, special video announcement to let you know we are beginning our series Unfinished this week. And Unfinished is going to be a 6-week series about generosity. And we're going to be doing this as an all church aligned series. So now, if you attended the Vision and Worship nights, you have a general overview of what we will be doing as a church. And if you didn't, let me give you the sneak peek. Is it a sneak peek? Because Vision and Worship has already happened. Let me give you an overview. Basically our church is growing, and we want to have space to invite new people and have it not feel crowded, and also have the space to do things like camps and events and conferences and those sorts of things. And so the short version of this is that we are going to be building a new auditorium. We're going to be adding more parking, and then subsequently we're going to turn our current auditorium into a youth space, and we're going to add some fields out behind the shop. And then when all this is going down, the current overflow C1 room goes back to being kids' room. And then back in the hallway here, we have some offices that are for our worship arts team and our video studio stuff. That will go back to being kids' space. So this is a multi-year project. But we are going to kick it off with this series called Unfinished. And the idea is this, that God's work is never done, that he's never done working in us and through us. And we are going to be calling on our people, on our church, to be giving financially. And we're calling them to give generously. And I'll tell you what that means. Okay. This does not mean you have to give more. This doesn't mean that we're going to say, hey, you're not doing enough. This just means, what is God asking me to do? And so we get to walk through with our kids this idea of, we're going to say generosity is giving because I want to, not because I have to. And we're going to walk through the life of Abraham and go through the teachings of Jesus. So every week is going to have some Abraham, some Jesus, some Abraham, some Jesus. And with that, we're going to focus, honestly, more on the story of Abraham. That Abraham was a wealthy man. He had land, he had animals. The only thing he didn't have was a big nuclear family. He had a wife and no children. God says, I want you to leave it all and just trust me and follow me. And then through this journey, you see where Abraham has the opportunity to be wealthy. He gets the choice. I can take this land, or I can give it to my nephew, and he lets his nephew choose, which in a patriarchal society, that was being very generous. And we're going to walk through with kids who don't have income and maybe not even allowances, and go, hey, what does it look like to be generous in your life? Giving because you want to, not because you have to. And so because this is not a Grow series, this is a VRL series, the videos are less creative, I'll put it that way, but it's me and Michelle, our early childhood coordinator, and Jesse, who is our admin. We are on video doing these, and we're going to have some special things. So one of the examples is this bracelet. We have 6 bracelets because we have 6 weeks. So this week has our theme verse, Philippians 1:6. It says Unfinished with the VRL logo. And then it says Philippians 1:6. Our theme verse is that, and I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. And we're going to be working on that verse for the next 6 weeks with our kids. And every week that kids attend, they're going to get a bracelet like this. So you are going to have all the green bracelets in your bins this week. And after this week, they are gone. And kids can only get the green bracelet if they come on the first week. Next week when they come, or the next week, they get a red bracelet or an orange bracelet or a blue, whatever the week is. We believe that this will be an enticing factor for kids to not want to miss, because they will want to quote Pokemon, collect them all. And so, or catch them all, I guess. Collect them all is something else. Anyway, it is really important for us as a team, as a kids team, you included, not like staff team, us, elementary, that if you are available to be there, this is not the 6-week series to go, I'm kind of tired, I'll pass this weekend, because we expect to have a large number of our kids with a driving factor of, I don't want to miss out, so we need to get there so I can collect all the bracelets. And so it's also, for the record, a great series for you to attend as well. So if you're serving at 8 10, 9:30, and so on. I'm going to give you another sneak peek here. This is truly a sneak peek. At the end of the series, everyone gets a commitment card, and for the adults, it's to say, hey, this is how we feel like God's calling our family or God's calling our home to give financially towards this project and to what God is doing in us and through us here at VRL. And kids are going to have this. So towards the middle of the series, we'll start talking about this. And we get to walk through this with kids in their small groups as parents are doing it at home. That's the part there. And then the last thing is this, I'll tell you for now, is two more things. On week 6, we're actually going to have kind of a party celebration week. So we do 5 weeks of lessons. The 6th week we'll still have a lesson, but way less small groups, way more party. I have ideas right now that I'm working on. I want to make sure they'll work. And so, put November 14th and 17th on your calendar for a great weekend here at KidMin or VRL Kids. And then the last thing is this, for this weekend, it is an introductory sermon that Dan is preaching, and it was really important that we stayed aligned. So our video, our story, our lesson, it's about 3.5 minutes long, but I'm going to be hosting this weekend so that I can kind of show the pictures and show the videos of this is what the church is going to be doing, and the reason why we're doing it. And again, I go back to because we do things like XPs and kids invite so many friends, we're out of space when those things come up. We did kids camp. We had so many kids come that we ran out of the reason we had to cap camp at 400 kids is we didn't have any more small group space. And I wasn't going to let kids come and not do small groups well because of the investment that parents were making financially in sending their kid to our camp. So this week, we're going to spend more time in the host time setting up the rest of the week. You're going to have an activity. It's a cryptogram for kids to learn the memory verse this week or be introduced to it. They're going to get their bracelets and questions. You have some fun games to play in your small group, but you will have a little bit less time, potentially less time in your small group. Again, the video lesson is shorter so that it may equal out, but I do also know that to cover everything we need to cover in the front, we might go long on the host time. And so I just want you to know I'm responsible for that. If you don't have a lot of time in small groups, I'm so sorry. It's my fault. But man, this is going to be a great series. We're super excited. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll talk to you guys on Thursday and on Sunday. But until then, guys, peace out.